Okay. Finally doing this podcast. Okay. First off, yes, I used to do YouTube a long time ago. This is for people who used to watch this. I knew she wasn't going to do that. Okay, you know what? I'll edit it out. Of course it's going to be sound. Should I recorded last night? Oh, well. Okay. Before I begin, yes, I used to do YouTube a while back. I think 2-3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I used to do unboxings, the thing that was very popular on YouTube, and then I stopped. You know why? There were two reasons why. One reason was it was taking up a lot of money because I bought it out of my own money. No sponsorship. I was just spending my own money. And it was a habit that took too much money. And it's something I should have never indulged, but I kept doing it for a while and I stopped. I do collect some of the boxes, but not a lot of them. So I want to get that out of the way. Because this is the first installment of probably, hopefully, maybe many podcasts to come. Hello. Welcome to the Tales from the Nerd podcast. I'm your host, Kevin, or aka a random nerd. That's about it. That's my intro. Yeah. First of all, we're going to talk about the Star Wars trailer that was just released, like 2-3 days ago? I'm filming this Sunday, so this will probably released Friday. And this will probably be released Wednesday. This podcast will be released Wednesday, yes. That's the hope for the upload. So I will hopefully upload this Wednesday. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm getting back to the groove of this. Yeah, I gotta stop saying a lot. But yeah, the first thing we're gonna talk about, the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, this is the film that's kind of been on hold. Well, not hold. It had a date. The original director that was going to direct the Episode 9 left the project, and they brought back J.J. Abrams once again to direct the film because he did The Force Awakens, and he stepped down from the director role for The Last Jedi. Now, I don't know why the other director stopped, but I think there was a quote saying there was creative differences. That's why it's different. That's why in this trailer it looks a little bit different. There's a different atmosphere. I love the trailer. I'm still going to see Star Wars. I saw almost every Star Wars film ever made, so I will see this in theaters. I just want to say a few things about it. I will say it gives me hope. I hope they give some explanation to the characters. I hope there's a bit more motivation. And this will be the final story, or the final story arc for these three characters, for Rey, Poe, and what's the other guy? Rey, Poe. John Boyega's character. Rey, Hope, and Finn. Rey, Poe, and Finn. There we go. Rey, Poe, and Finn. I had that line good. But yeah, the Rey, Poe, and Finn. This will be the final chapter to their story. Here's one thing I didn't like the second one, The Last Jedi. There was no time skip. Because I think in most of them there's a time skip of like a year or two, because usually those films usually take a year or two to produce and film and edit. It was rushed. Well, story-wise it was rushed. But it was filmed beautifully. In the trailer we do see Rey have Anakin Skywalker, which is fixed, and we see the Death Star from the The Last Jedi? Rise of the Jedi? Shoot. Episode 6, where it got destroyed, it landed somewhere. And at the end of the trailer, we do hear Palpatine's laugh. Now, they did confirm that Palpatine will have a role in the film. We don't know how big. It could be just a plot point or a plot device, but I'm very happy to have the actor who played Palpatine from Episode 3 and 2, and yeah, I'm very excited for his role. I love him because he has a good villain laugh. I could hear that laugh for like 5-10 minutes and not get bored of it. His laugh is wonderful. God bless that man and his evil laugh. So yeah, I'm excited, and I really hope they conclude things in the trailer in this trilogy, because they have to, because I don't think they're contracted for another film. So I really hope they answer questions, and we do see Rey embrace more of the Jedi. Basically, she flips over a TIE fighter, I think. And there's also a rumor, well, not a rumor, but there are people speculating that the TIE fighter that Rey jumped over is, what's this? Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, yeah, because there was a set image of him riding the TIE fighter and then him with the glove. So people put that together. I can't put that together, unfortunately. Oh my God. I just realized in both of the new trilogy, an original member from the first trilogy has died. We had Han die in Force Awakens, and we had Luke die in The Last Jedi. Oh my God, who will die in The Rise of Skywalker? Holy crap, I just realized that. Someone will die. Oh, and also, what's his name? Shoot. What's his name? I know his name. Let me look it up. I'll probably edit this out. Oh, there we go. Lando's in the trailer. That annoys me. Lando is in the trailer. Lando's in the trailer riding the Millennium Falcon with Chewie, which, if you watch the Han Solo, a Star Wars story, he gets it back. Which that movie was okay. It never really needed to be told, but it's there. It's in canon now. It's an okay space adventure. Yeah, I think that's a better Star Wars. I do want to say they did announce a Mandalorian TV show for Star Wars. A Star Wars TV show, a thing that people have wanted for a while, including myself. I think a Star Wars story TV show within the universe is fun because you could do 10 to 20 episodes about Star Wars and exploring the lore. It was announced in the Star Wars convention that happened in Chicago. It was set in the McCormick Place, and it finished today because today's Monday. It was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's fun. And they announced the Mandalorian show, and they released a trailer, which I didn't watch it before recording this podcast because I've been busy. So look out for that, and most likely it's going to be the Disney streaming service. I will talk about the Disney streaming service in just a bit, because other stuff containing these Disney streaming service I will talk about because it's exciting. Oh, and also a Star Wars animated show will be also on the streaming service. It's the Star Wars animated show that was really popular. Not Rebels, the other one that got canceled for Rebels, and then they're bringing this one back to finally conclude this arc. God, I should have done some research. But you know what? I'm just going to upload this fresh, except the beginning part. What? Damn it. So yeah, I will talk about that. And I want to talk about Avengers Endgame. And oh my God, it's like a week and a half away. I'm recording this Sunday, and it's coming out, the 26th, 25th? And I bought my tickets. I just want to say this. I went to buy my tickets. It was not working for me for 5 hours. 5 hours. I couldn't get 2 tickets for a Friday night show. I finally got the tickets, but God, that was painful to go through. Because the site kept loading, crash. Loading, crash. That's what happened. And it was really annoying because I really wanted to see this film, and I know it was sold out. And talking about that, so now it's already announced it sold out its tickets. It pre-sold the pre-sale tickets. It made more money. Well, it's of course it's gonna make more money. It's Endgame. This is the movie that everyone's gonna see. Of course, I'm going to see it. I'm seeing it twice. I'm seeing it Friday and Saturday. I can't see it Thursday because work gets me tired. But, yeah, it sold a lot of tickets. It sold a lot of tickets. It was just announced, I think, 5-1. That sold out 5-1. That's probably the fastest or highest selling ticket ever. And I'm excited for Endgame. And then they released a trailer for it as well, a new trailer. And also, Mark Ruffalo said they filmed 5 possible endings, so whatever ending they spoil, you don't know which ending it is. So that's fun. And then they did a interview earlier this week where, like they did for Infinity War, they had everybody in a place sitting down with their names, and then they had a little tarp, and they released it, and they it's kind of funny. They just had everyone's chair with the name, except the only people that survive in Infinity War just sit there for an interview. I thought that was kind of funny. That was funny, in my opinion, because you're thinking, oh, it's everyone. We're going to get to talk to Chadwick Boseman, Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch. No, it's just Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, and I think that's all the main cast. Tony Stark, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Jeremy Renner, and Scarlett Johansson. I think those are the main people. Yeah, so they filmed 5 possible endings. So, I remember the Russo brothers are known to do trailers and then have scenes in it that they just film for just trailers. So the trailers you can watch and you could say, oh, they spoiled some of the movie. Remember, they announced whatever they show in the trailer is just 15 to 20 minutes. The first 15 to 20 minutes. And remember, they're known for filming stuff beforehand. So whatever we see in the trailer might not even show up in the film. Because I was really excited for that Hulk run when they're all running in the movie where the Hulk is just running with the Avengers. And then when the movie dropped, I'm like, that scene was not in there. I want to see Hulk run and beat some of the creatures that were fighting in the Wakanda fight. So I was really excited for that. Okay, let me stop geeking about Endgame, because Endgame is going to be awesome, and so it's probably going to sell out. Moving on from Endgame, we're going to talk about this Disney Plus streaming service. It was just announced within this week that they already have a plan to release it around the fall, and the price point is $6.99, which is $7. Now, within this year, we're going to get, I think, 3 to 4 shows, and there's a 5th possible rumor show for Marvel. No, I think 6. So, one of the shows is Loki. Now, these shows will be set in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, the Loki show will have Tom Hiddleston play Loki. So, we don't know if this is before Loki. The show Loki will be before the MCU or after Endgame. We don't know because Endgame hasn't released, and maybe they're releasing these shows to say, hey, these characters survived. We just didn't want to say when these shows are set. So, Loki. So, one story said they're going to get 2 people to play Loki. Tom Hiddleston, who will play the God of Mischief, of course, and a younger actor playing the younger role of Loki throughout the ages. So, they're going to play around that. Like a young Loki, which I think a lot of people want to see young Loki. Personally, I don't want to see young Loki. I want to see Tom Hiddleston Loki because he's the only Loki there is. But, yes, all these shows will be set in the MCU. Now, Loki will be just Loki in the ages or doing mischief. So that's the gist I'm getting. We're not getting much information about them. But for the most part, we are getting castings and everything. And then the second show is the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was announced to star Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Now, this will be a buddy cop show. So they did have a good dynamic in Civil War, and I think with the right writer and the right director, I think they could do a stellar cast. And maybe they can have Chris Evans pop in, or it might even answer the question, who will take up the Captain America mantle. So I'm very excited for these shows. Will I get the streaming service? Probably. I got the DC one. I will talk about the DC streaming service in just a bit, but let me finish the Marvel shows. So after that, we got the Wanda and Vision show, which will explore more about the relationship. We did get a hint. Well, we got a good amount. We got good 5-minute scenes. 5-minute scene with their relationship in Infinity War. So this show will most likely explore their relationship, how they're affected probably before Infinity War or maybe after Infinity War, because as we know, Endgame might fix things and there's time travel in it. So not the Vision show, but most likely the Endgame. So the Vision show will be a romantic show with 2 characters of the Marvel Universe. Because in the comics, WandaVision had a thing, but then in recent comics, they're not a thing. So that's the second show. And then the third show is... What is this third show? Loki. No, that's the third show. The fourth show will be a Hawkeye show with Jeremy Renner, which when Avengers came out, people wanted to see a Hawkeye show by Netflix, like 10-episode Netflix season with Hawkeye. I think that would have been done. That could have been done before the Netflix shows were canceled. Too soon. But yeah, the rumor is this show will be about Hawkeye passing on his mantle to Kate Bishop, which is in the current comics the new Hawkeye. Now, I think that'll be good because the current Hawkeye, I think he's done. I think after Endgame, he will retire. I think this could explore more Jeremy Renner. He's a very good comedy actor, so I really hope they do some comedy in this. Jeremy Renner's a really good comedy actor. I like him in comedy and some serious films. Like in The Bourne. He wasn't Bourne. He was okay in that role. The movie was okay. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that show will explore Hawkeye just giving up his mantle. Well, teaching Kate Bishop, and she will take over the mantle for Jeremy Renner. And I hope they continue this. Hawkeye, like Kate Bishop's doing something, and she's like, I might need backup. Let me call Clint. Clint just shows up like the stepfather is like, what do you need, Kate? Let me help you. Because in the comics they have a really good dynamic, and I love their dynamic. They're like an older brother and older sister, in my opinion. Or like a good dad and good stepdaughter, or dad and daughter relationship, something like that, something nice. So I'm excited about that. And there's kind of a rumor of a Hulk show coming up with Mark Ruffalo. Now, see, they can't make a Hulk movie because Universal won't give the rights to Disney. I don't blame them. That's a moneymaker right there. Because if they let Disney rent out Hulk, they could get money. Now, I think that might be a loop around that. I'm not sure, but they are making a Hulk TV show, and it's going to introduce She-Hulk. Now, She-Hulk hasn't been mentioned yet in the MCU, and which is weird because I think she is a good female character, and it'll be a good leading role for women to look up to. So I'm excited for that. Because I want more Hulk. I love Hulk. I love the current run of the Immortal Hulk. I want that. I want more Hulk in my life. Hulk is just an awesome character. And I think this could be a way they could, have Hulk but not have him in movies. Because we don't know Mark Ruffalo's contract for Hulk is pretty much over at this point. Unless he wants to do more. Most likely he wants to do more, or he wants to do this as a send-off like Jeremy Renner. So that's, I think... Oh, one more show. They're going to do a What If show. And this won't... It'll be set in the Marvel Universe, but not really. If you don't know what a What If story is, what if this happened to this character? And each episode is going to be a What If story. So the first episode, I think, of the What If series is going to be What if Peggy Carter became Captain America? Now, that'll be awesome because I love Sharon. I love Peggy Carter. I love the Carter TV show, and I was sad it was canceled. It had a lot of potential, but the time slot was not good. Now, they're going to bring back Haley Atwell, hopefully, for the show and let her be Captain America. Now, we don't know how long these episodes will be for the Disney shows. Most likely, they will be almost regular Netflix / Amazon shows. So it'll be between maybe 45 to an hour long, which 10 episodes, not that bad. And I really hope they release it once a week like the DC streaming service. Because the one thing I hate about streaming services now, they release everything at once and it's so much information to watch. Because, oh my God, aren't you tired of just watching shows and having shows there and they're like, I don't want to binge watch all of this in one day. Because if I don't binge watch it, people will tell me. That's the only issue I have. Now, I'm going to talk about, this is the end for the streaming service, for Disney. The Disney streaming service. I will get it just for the Marvel shows, and they're going to create more stuff, and maybe for the Mandalorian TV show. I'm really excited about that. Because I think there's a Boba Fett character in it. I don't know, I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Okay. Passing on that, I want to talk about the DC streaming service just a bit because Doom Patrol is awesome and some casting news has been announced already about a character. Okay, so you ready? Batman / Bruce Wayne has been casted for the Titans Season 2. And Superboy, there's an infographic for Superboy. So now this Superboy is based on the reign of Superman. So he's going to be kind of a teen angst character. He's going to have a lot of rage, or 90s, one of those. And yeah, and who's that? England, yeah, he's a guy from Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I know I'm going to get crucified. Game of Thrones is the best TV show ever. Blah, blah, blah. I will watch it eventually. There's just a lot of TV show to watch. And I'm heartbroken at the moment with some TV shows that have been announced. I'll talk about some TV shows because I'll mention that in just a bit. But yeah, he's been cast as Batman. Now, he's like 50, 55. Now, this is going to be an older Bruce Wayne / Batman. Now, this is interesting because a while back they said Batman can't appear in shows. He can appear only in films, and he could be somewhat mentioned because if you watch Arrow season 6, then they name drop Bruce Wayne. Now, this speculated a lot. This made people speculate that Bruce Wayne might appear in Arrow. Now, when we watch the Elseworlds crossover, it's mentioned that Bruce Wayne's been missing for 3 years. So, yeah, they can't have Bruce Wayne. But they are creating a Batwoman TV show, which I'm excited. Kate Kane. She's going to get more recognition. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see. Yeah, Batman, Game of Thrones. So, yeah. So, we're going to get a little older Bruce Wayne. We're not going to get the schwanky young Bruce Wayne because we watched the season finale Titans. We only saw, like, the headshot, the body. We didn't see the face of the actor who played Batman. Or it could be just... If you haven't watched Titans, watch it. It's not my cup of tea. I did watch it just because it was the only thing on DC streaming service that was like, eh. But Doom Patrol. I want to talk about this week's episode of Doom Patrol. Now, I'm not gonna spoil it heavily. Titans ended like back in January, so you had a few months to catch up. Now, Doom Patrol. The main episode was about Crazy Jane exploring her personalities, and we get to know more about Jane's past. Now, Brendan Fraser got to play Robotman in real life. Well, not in real life. He got to play Cliff, instead of voicing the character. Because in the show, we do get to see, Brendan Fraser sometimes. Not a lot. He was in the first episode, and then he pops sporadically. But let me say, I miss Brendan Fraser. I love the guy. I love him in the Mummies. I wish he got more work. I wish he picked more smartly on his work. But yeah, I'm excited for him. I love the episode, and let me say this. Here's the thing about Doom Patrol. I didn't know much about the Doom Patrol. Now that I'm watching this show, I love Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is probably my most favorite show to watch every week. That's a show I'm hyped up to see every Friday. I have a show almost every day. That's so cool. Well, it's cool to me. I don't know about you guys. So yeah, Doom Patrol. If you want to watch it, I highly recommend it. You're gonna love it. It's different from Titans. There's a different grit. This show is made for people who love Doom Patrol. Yeah, Doom Patrol is basically a team of misfits and outcasts. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy mix X-Men. Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy meet X-Men. That's pretty much it. It's just people who got beat down on their luck and then just... They're not a team yet, but eventually there will be a team. And Cyborg is in it, which is funny. They put Cyborg everywhere except where he kind of fits more, which is the Titans. That's funny because they kind of force him in the Justice League comics. He's a main member, but Cyborg's been primarily a Teen Titans character, and I want him in the Titans. Maybe they could put him on the Titans show, but the actor who plays him relatively well. I love his performance. And I can't wait to see him and other characters interact, like Elasti-Woman, Negative Man, Cliff, aka Robot Man, Crazy Jane, Cyborg, and the Chief. I love that show. That show is just awesome. Yeah, just YouTube the Doom Patrol intro. That's your answer. Just watch that and you'll love the show. Because I think for Batman Day it was free The app was free, so you could watch almost everything for free. I mean, the app's not that much. I have it. I bought it for the year. So if you bought it for the year, if you bought it before it came out for the year, you get 2 or 3 months extra, which I did. So I get two months free before I get charged like $70 to $80. I don't care. I mean, I pay Amazon. Amazon has pretty good shows like Sneaky Pete. I can't wait for season 3. God, I want them to announce season 3. And Hannah. Hannah's a good TV show that I'm going to watch. I love the trailer, and the movie was okay. And I can't wait for the show to watch this show. Okay, after that, let me talk about... So, we're going to talk about the Black Widow movie. Now, it was announced that they are making a Black Widow movie. We're going to move on from the tangent from the DC to now Marvel again. Now, we are going to talk about the Black Widow show. Black Widow movie, not show. The Black Widow movie will star Scarlett Johansson. That's pretty much all I got. And I know Taskmaster is in it. Now, if you don't know who Taskmaster is basically a character who can copy your moves. If he sees you doing it once, he knows your moves. Basically, if you throw a punch, he can copy your move and just throw another punch. If you know how to backflip 3 times, he can backflip 3 times. If you could use a sword effortlessly, he could just copy your move and copy your sword moves. So basically, he can just copy your attack. Basically, yeah, that's his character. And you know what, Taskmaster, I love Taskmaster. Not a lot of people use them. Not a lot of people know about him. He's a good villain. He could copy Captain America. Captain America barely keep up with him. I think recently in the Captain America issue 4 or 5, Captain America said, "Yeah, Taskmaster doesn't know every move, every of my move." He created something else and just beat up Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a really good villain. He's just not used more. And the Spider-Man Unlimited show, Taskmaster was kind of a main villain on that show for a bit. It's an animated show about Spider-Man. Basically, it wasn't the Ultimate Spider-Man, like the comics. It was just the name. But yeah, Taskmaster copied every move, and then in that show, he couldn't be Deadpool because Deadpool is unpredictable. Because Deadpool's crazy. Now, after that Black Widow movie, Disney bought Fox. We got the X-Men and Fantastic Four back. Oh my God. Now, with that in mind, everyone who's in those X-Men films are out. And we get to keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool for the MCU. Ooh, that felt good. Because I am not seeing that Dark Phoenix movie. That Dark Phoenix movie has the stink of X-Men The Last Stand. Because my God, you know what's funny about the X-Men Last Stand? It is written by the same guy. Tell me, watch the trailer for X-Men The Last Stand and then watch the trailer for Dark Phoenix. Or if you've seen X-Men The Last Stand, go watch the Dark Phoenix trailer and tell me they're not the same movie. She even has the same jacket. There's a prison escape. Jean is evil for no good reason. I've seen the film already. I'm not seeing that film. I didn't like X-Men The Last Stand. I don't like Origins. I used to, but then as I got older, I got better taste. Now, because Apocalypse kind of sucked. I didn't like it. And what's funny is they're retconning each other. How can you retcon? That's the problem with the X-Men franchise from Fox. They retcon so much stuff. That's the only issue. They retcon so much stuff. They're like, oh, this happened, but not really. This happened. This character was here, but now she's like 50 years older, or she's 50 years younger, or she's this or this. Like the Emma Frost situation. In X-Men Origins Wolverine, we got the Emma Frost, right? And then you watch First Class. Emma Frost is in it. And she's in the 60s, even though she was in the 70s with Wolverine. Now, if you watch the, Days of Future Past, Charles still has hair. And then he lost in the 80s, right? Now, X-Men Origins Wolverine was set in the 70s. So, in that version, he was bald, but he still had hair. X-Men's Fox, they're so complicated. I know the MCU still has problems with like their continuity, but it's not as bad as Fox's. I'm happy they're back, but I wish Hugh Jackman could just fight the Hulk. Wouldn't that be just awesome? Because a while back, Hugh Jackman wanted to be in the Avengers just to fight the Hulk. That would have been awesome. Just him doing his scream, running, and just attacking the Hulk. That would have been cool. Man, I would love to see the Hugh Jackman film with... Just imagine Hulk versus Wolverine, just Hugh Jackman and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. Oh, that would have made so much money. Yeah, but most likely because of the Fox merger with Disney, we're going to get new actors and new people playing, except Ryan Reynolds, which I find hilarious. Ryan Reynolds is literally born to play Deadpool because in a comic, Deadpool says he looks like Ryan Reynolds mixed with like a burnt Freddy Krueger or something like that. So I think that's a really weird saying that he was born to play the role. And I can't wait. Because they did say they're going to like wait 5 years for like any X-Men mention. But most likely, I think they do have a plan. They just don't want to say it. Because if you don't know, they said... I know this is a kind of weird tangent. I just want to keep talking about this. But they said the only 2 films that we know of that are going to get released this year, and we don't know the other titles of the films for the other years, is just Spider-Man Far Far From Home, because they said anything that released after those 2 films, it's kind of a spoiler. So, yeah. And I can't wait for Far Far From Home because we get Mysterio. Now, in the Sam Raimi film, in Spider-Man 4, what's his name? Bruce Campbell was going to play Mysterio. A fat Mysterio. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. To parallel worlds and just see those films. God, I want to see that. Okay, that's done. I want to talk about the Joker trailer because I didn't get to talk about it. I want to talk about it, and this is the only platform we get to talk about it. Yeah. So, Joker trailer. A proper Joker film hasn't been done before, and this will be the first movie in this DC line that will be its own thing. It won't be connected to the main DC or world of DC movies that they're making. Oh, I'm also going to talk about Shazam because Shazam was just awesome. So yeah, we're going to talk about Joker. Now, I know the news is kind of old because it came in like 2 weeks ago. I love the trailer. See, when Joaquin Phoenix was cast, I was not on board fully. Now I'm on board 100% because it looks like a character study on Joker, which is weird because Joaquin Phoenix said a long time ago they should do a character study on the villains and not always on the heroes. Many years later, Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker. So that's cool. Now, this Joker is really about a guy who down on his luck. Basically, he gets beat down. In the trailer alone, he gets smacked by his own board. And then I know for a fact, because he looks like in pain. He looks in pain. He got kicked or beat in the nuts. Because he's going like this. On the floor. I know for a fact he got beat in the nuts. He got kicked in the nuts. I just want to say that. He got kicked in the nuts. I don't think anyone's talked about that. Yeah, and then you see that he's slouchy, and then when he becomes a Joker, he has this gravitas, he has this confidence, and this kind of scene reminiscent to that, and close to the end of the trailer when he's dancing and he's gonna go on stage, reminds me of the Dark Knight Returns when he's on that show and then he kills everyone. I think in that movie, he will kill people. He will kill the whole stage of people. And then he forces a smile because he says, because his mother said that he should always have a smile. Now, I'm going to watch this film and I'm really going to have really good expectations. Because Joaquin Phoenix is a really good actor. He's done really good films. And this is a Joker we're talking about. This movie is going to make money because a lot of people like Joker. A lot of people like Batman, but a lot of people like the Joker. Which is good because we're also going to get the 3 Jokers book this year, hopefully, by Jeff Johns. So yeah, Joker trailer. Awesome. Watch it. I watched it multiple times. The way he just paints his hair and he's just dancing with confidence and gravitas. I can't dance for crap. So yeah, I can't wait for that film. That film's going to be awesome. I know I'm talking about how this movie's going to be awesome and then it might just be turned crap. But then again, I'm really excited for this Joker film because this will be its own thing. And they said if this movie does well, we'll do more standalone films. And I don't think they're going to do a sequel to this film, Joker. It's going to be its own thing, of course. But I'm really excited for the Joker. I can't wait because if they do this, they might do other villain stories or other character movies. If you get my drift. Maybe they could do a movie about the Question. I love the Question. He's just a detective. They gotta make a detective movie for Batman. I know Matt Reeves is making the Batman movie that's gonna be detective, but so far there hasn't been much casting about that. Ooh. Yeah, so Joker, gonna go see it. Can't wait. Now we're gonna talk about Shazam. Shazam? It's really in the name, Shazam. Basically, Billy Batson meets a wizard, gets powers. That's it. And it's basically superhero meets big. Now, the film is really fun. It's kind of, it goes, here's the thing about the film. It goes where it needs to go. It's humorous when it needs to be humorous. It's happy when it needs to be happy. It's dark when it needs to be dark. And oh my God, we have a villain that hasn't died. Because you watch it, most of the DC films, and this is also a problem with Marvel films, all the heroes die. Now, this is kind of a spoiler. This is a spoiler for Shazam. You should have seen it. Mark Strong's villain survives. Yeah, Mark Strong survives, which I'm happy because he gets to do more in this universe. Dr. Sivana survives, and I like this villain. He has motivation. That's the thing that lacks in the Justice League film. Well, not the Worlds of DC films. Man of Steel, Zod had a good, goal. Batman v Superman is just doomsday, and Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor just. I enjoy Batman v Superman when I turn off my brain, but the critical side of me, now that I watch it years later, is just money shots of awesome like poses. It's like straight from the comic. And Justice League was just a mess in my opinion. It was okay. But Aquaman was really good. Aquaman is just beautiful shots, just beautiful landscapes, beautiful CGI. That's what I love about Aquaman. But yeah, Shazam, superhero meets big. Basically, kid gets powers, and it's basically what you expect a kid to do with powers. If you haven't seen it, go see Shazam, because it's a fun film. What's funny is we get 2 Captain Marvel films in 1 year. And let me just say this. I watched both of them. I have an opinion for both. Now, Shazam is not a perfect film, but it is a very enjoyable film. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk much about Captain Marvel. But Shazam is awesome. Oh, man, Shazam was really cool. Oh, I can't wait for the sequel. The sequel is going to be awesome. And basically, The Rock is going to play Black Adam. He is born to play Black Adam. Oh, my God. And also, they're going to make it... Apparently, there's a rumor going around that they are making a Black Adam film with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And Hawkman may appear. And Stargirl. Or Sandman. Well, not Sandman. Hourman? Hawkman, and Hawkgirl. I think those are the 3 characters that they announced are going to be in that film. Now, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Dwayne Johnson, can sell a movie. So, Maybe this is a test water for Joker. If Joker gets money, they could do that Black Adam movie. So yeah, can't wait. What else can I talk about? Let me see. I did not come prepared. Okay, I talked about that. Oh God. Talked about that. Oh, okay. I get to talk about Arrow. Arrow comes back on Monday night. Now, by the time I upload this, Arrow would have aired and watched that episode. That episode will be the continuation of season 7. Season 7 storyline this episode will be about the Canaries, or aka the Birds of Prey episode that people have been hyping up. This will have Sarah Lance come back to the current time of Earth 1. I say Earth 1 because there's multiple Earths and Legends Tomorrow. Sarah Lance can time travel. So in the Arrowverse, Sarah Lance is the White Canary. Her sister Laurel was the Black Canary, but she died. And then the Earth 2 Laurel came, and her name is Black Siren. Now, there's another Black Canary. Let's see. Diana Drake, she's the current Black Canary. Before the season, and I don't want to spoil this, but basically, she's the current Black Canary. Something happened to her this season, which affects the storyline of Arrow season 7. So that's all I can say. There's been, I think, 5 Black Canaries, kind of. Also, what was it? Oh, what was her name? Basically, yeah, there were 5 Black Canaries in that show, and Sarah was the most popular one that people liked. I liked Laurel because she was proper Black Canary, and she died in season 4, and I was really sad. I was like, Arrow has gone to crap. Arrow stooped to the level of the fans for letting Felicity be the one. I like Felicity season 1 and 2. I didn't like season 3 and 4 Felicity. She was very manipulative. She was manipulative. But yeah, this is the big this is a big Birds of Prey episode people are hyping. Also with that, I want to say Arrow is ending next year with just 10 episodes for season 8, which I am very sad. Because I watched Arrow since it began. I hyped it up. I've talked about it with my friends. And this is a show that's been with me for 8 years. And before I tear up, I just want to say I can't wait for this season to be over. Because next season, and before I say it, it's going to be Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the crossover for next year. And also, I'm going to be very sad when... Man, okay. Before... I'm already tearing up. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be the big Birds of Prey episode. Supergirl's on return today, on Sunday. I didn't get to watch it, so I will talk about it on next week's podcast. I will talk about everything coming back next week. But yeah, basically, yeah, big Birds of Prey episode. For Supergirl, it's basically her trying to... Basically what happened last episode, she's trying to, get her name back after the events of the last episode. And she's going to be just Kara for a few episodes, I think. And Dreamer is going to take her position. So that's going to be cool. Dreamer's a pretty cool character. I didn't know she was a character in the comics. I mean, I read comics, but there's just so much. But she's a really cool character. And what's funny is CW does pretty good diversity, and I love it. I don't mind diversity as long as it's not pushed upon me. But yeah, Supergirl, I'm enjoying the season. Okay, I have the Supergirl. Supergirl's on Sunday, Arrow's on Monday, Legends is tomorrow. Now, this episode, what was this episode going to be? God, I think this will be a ghost adventure type thing. Basically what happened last episode, bad guy did something, someone got blamed, and Nate is going on the hunt for Nora Dark for something she might have committed. And they're going to be talking to a ghost. Now, this season of Legends introduced Constantine to a season regular. Now, John Constantine had a show called Constantine by NBC, and it was canceled. Matt Ryan played Constantine. I loved him as Constantine. It got canceled. I said canceled twice. I'm repeating myself. Yeah, and he's appearing in Legends. I love him. And there's a rumor going out around that they are giving him his own TV show, which I really hope so, because the heartbreak again, Supernatural's ending next season with a 20 episode arc. So yeah, there's a chance that Constantine can have a show on the CW. Yeah. Okay. Now, Flash. I want to talk about Flash because the current episode will be Godspeed, and it is directed by Danielle Patton Baker. Danielle Patton Baker is she plays Killer Frost, aka Caitlin Snow, in the Flash TV show, and this is her first directorial doubt. And basically, this episode is titled Godspeed, and now Godspeed, we're going to get the character of Godspeed because there were leaked images of Godspeed in costume being around the set of Flash. Now, in the promotional trailers and images, we haven't seen Godspeed. Most likely, they're just saving Godspeed to show up on the show. But I'm really hyped for that episode because Godspeed is faster than the Flash. Basically, could be two places at once. And not the Flash version of two places at once. He could literally be in two places at once, like physically, which is cool. Basically, yeah, we're going to get that villain. And basically, it's going to be a flash forward kind of flashback. We're going to get Nora's backstory. Nora is basically a character in the Flash that's Barry's daughter that came from the future. Now she's in the past. And I'm wondering why the timeline isn't, breaking right now. But besides the point, I like Nora. Nora's pretty cool. She's an adult, but like childlike sometimes. But I get it. She hasn't seen her dad since Crisis. Yeah, Crisis on Infinite Earths is just gonna break my heart, because it did say in Crisis on Infinite Earths people will die. Some characters will, just die, and I think it will finally merge Earth 38 with Earth 1, because they kind of have to at this point. Okay, so yeah, I'm very excited for the DC shows to come back. So I'm hyped. I love the Arrowverse, because that's really what started everything to me in like its own universe. You know what's funny? The Arrowverse is better than the DC universe, and it's been, I think, yeah, it's longer than DC Worlds of DC, the films of DC. God darn it. Yeah. And, yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about a few shows that have been announced that they're ending. Supernatural is one of them. Next year is going to be the end of Supernatural. Supernatural's been on for 15 years. I've been watching this show since 2005, and it's ending. Ending for me. Oh my God. When they announced it, I was like, no. Because they announced it right after Arrow. Arrow announced that they're going to be finishing for next season is going to be the final season. I was like, no. I'm like, at least I got Supernatural, because they're going to be on for years. And then I think the same week on Friday they announced that, Misha, Jared, and Jensen, they put up a 1.5-minute video saying that, yeah, next season is going to be the final season. I'm like, no. And then what broke me more, well, this is a year that a lot of shows are ending. Gotham's ending this year. And I think Thursday's going to air the final one of the final 2 episodes. And then, I'm going to talk about Gotham. Let me finish the tangent of shows that got finished. Arrow, Supernatural, Gotham, Agent Shield after season 6, after season 6 ends and season 7 ends. Season 7 will be the final season for Agent Shield. And then Game of Thrones is ending this year, even though it's not a show that I watch religiously, but I do feel the fandom will miss it. Those are the shows that I feel that just been a part of my life, except Game of Thrones. Don't give me hate, but yeah, got a lot of TV shows are ending. I'm gonna be sad. Especially, man, this year's just been the heartbreak of shows getting canceled / done. With the Netflix shows being all canceled, and then Arrow, and then Supernatural. I'm like, no, this is not my year. Okay. besides the point, let's talk about Gotham. Now, where we last left off, basically, Bane was introduced in his episode premiere for Gotham, and he wrecked stuff. He fought Alfred, and let me just say, Bane is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, and I can't wait for this current episode because hopefully they can finish this goddamn No Man Land story. Here's the thing about Gotham. It's a good show, but I feel like they have to progress more. Now, they progress a little bit, but in my opinion, I think they weren't expecting a 12-episode arc. They were expecting the full 22. That way they could explain the story more. But with the 12 episode, they kind of be like, okay, we can't do this, this, and this. We have to rush all this. And also, we're going to get the appearance of Batman. Yeah, this is the year of Batman getting appearances in shows now. Except the Arrowverse, because they say, yeah, we don't want to touch that universe. Which is funny. Because I feel like Oliver and Batman would just... Green Arrow and Batman would just butt heads. But besides the point, yeah. After this episode, I think Jerome, a.k.a. Joker, but they won't call him the Joker, is coming back as well. Because in the Season 5 Bane trailer, the Joker trailer? Or the... whatever. There was a trailer that was dropped that showed Cameron Monaghan as his character Joker. I'm just going to call him Joker because he's Joker at this point. Basically, after what happened to him, we get to see Joker come back. He's bandaged up because he fell in the chemicals. And then we get to see the flash forward of Joker. And we see a batarang in his hand, and he laughs. Cameron Monaghan is a fantastic actor. He played 2 characters in Gotham. 2 different characters. Well, technically 3 now. But yeah, I can't really wait. And Cameron Monaghan is a really good actor. I hype him up. He's really good. When Gotham aired, I was like, okay. And I saw Cameron Monaghan. I'm like, he's a really good Joker. You should make him Joker. And many years later, he is the Joker. Now, hopefully they could put him in animated films now. Because he would be a good replacement for Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill even said, like, you're a good Joker voice. I'm just paraphrasing. It's not what he said, but yeah. When Mark Hamill says you're a good Joker, you're a good Joker. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. What else? Comics. Let's talk about comics. We got the Notebook. Now, this is a notebook I've been using for writing all my comics. Now, I usually read my comics, but because I've been so busy, I'm like 2 to 3 weeks behind. Now, what's coming out next month that I'm really excited? Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer is really cool. It's dealing with the Craven Hunting storyline. Pick it up. Well, it's just issue 19, which is 19.1. You don't have to get it, but Nick Spencer's writing it, and I'm enjoying his run. Aquaman 47. I don't remember what happened in last Hawkman, so we're going to move on. Avengers No Road Home, issue 10, which will conclude the 10-issue miniseries of this Avengers No Road storyline, which conclude the bad guy getting beat up, and then we're going to get ramifications for Avengers. Because it's just, it was weekly, and now it's ending. And I think there's rumor going on they will do another Avengers No title, but we don't know when that happens. But basically, No Road Home had the Hulk, the Immortal Hulk, Hawkeye. What was her name? The new Avenger that was in. Basically, just Hulk. All you gotta know is Immortal Hulk's in there, and he wrecks stuff. That's all you gotta know. And Hawkeye's there for comedy relief, and Rocket Raccoon. Batman 69 will deal with the final Nightmare storyline, which dealt with Batman's psychosis and his brain and how he deals with stuff. So that finally finishes. We're going to talk about Daredevil number 4 by Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky can right no wrong in his stories. He did a good run on Spectacular Spider-Man, and he did, Marvel 2-in-1? God, Marvel 2-in-1 was the best Fantastic Four book that was released that was not named Fantastic Four. So yeah, that's coming out on Wednesday. All the books I'm talking about are coming out Wednesday. So yeah, Daredevil number 4 deals with the ramifications of Matt Murdock might have killed someone. So, pretty cool. Guardians of the Galaxy number 4. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, this run is, what's his name? I don't remember his name eventually. I can't. Okay, basically, this storyline picks up after the Infinity storyline that finished like back in November. Basically, this is the story of how Thanos survives. That he put his knowledge, memories, or information in someone in the Marvel Universe. Now the Guardians of the Galaxy have to find that person and kill him before Thanos comes back. Now Thanos died. His head got chopped off by Gamora, or aka Requiem. Yeah, Thanos, the big bad guy, who's known for the Infinity Stones, dies before the whole Infinity Saga starts. He's just, I know who you are. You're not gonna do it. I think that's how it happened. Yeah, he's just. So yeah. It has Cosmic Ghost Rider, Groot, Peter Quill, Beta Ray Bill. I think that's all the characters that are on it. And let me just say, it's a really good Guardians book. And if you love Peter Quill or Cosmic Ghost Rider, I would recommend this book. Now we're going to talk about Justice Number 22, which is about the Sixth Dimension. It's written by Scott Snyder, and Jorge Jimenez does the art. Let me just say, Jorge Jimenez does wonderful art. Scott Snyder knows how to write the Justice League, and it deals with the Sixth Dimension because they're dealing with Perpetua and the Source Wall. After the Source Wall broke, they're trying to deal with Perpetua, and they go to the Sixth Dimension. And let's just say this, the Sixth Dimension isn't as good as they say. Okay? Now we're going to talk about... Okay, and I can't talk about that because I haven't read the book. Nightwing 59, which deals with the story of Rick Grayson. Now, you're telling me, no, it's Nightwing is Dick Grayson, right? You are wrong, because now it's dealing with Rick Grayson. Basically, what happened to Nightwing is he got shot in the head in Batman 51 by the KG Beast. And let's just say this, Dick forgot about himself. Dick Grayson forgot about himself. He got like a scar right here. He shaved his head. He has a different attitude. He's not Dick Grayson, the lovable guy you love. He's just, darker. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care about life. I don't care about this Dick Grayson guy. I just want to be known as Rick. And I've been enjoying that run. I think it's interesting. Eventually they will put him back as Dick Grayson, but for now, he is known as Dick Grayson. Basically, he burned all the Nightwing stuff. And basically, 2 or 3 police officers and a fire chief pick up the mantle of Nightwing, and there are 4 Nightwings. And they figure out as soon as possible that they're not equipped for that role, and they get their ass kicked. And then Rick Grayson's like, I'm going to help these people. I have muscle memory of doing all this. He paints his face with grease and then ties himself, kind of like the Nightwing, like the old Nightwing. He has an axe here with ropes and beats Scarecrow. So yeah, that's going to deal with that ramification because the Joker's daughter is in it. Because I remember it. And now we're going to talk about Old Man Quill. Old Man Quill is basically set in the Old Man universe, like Old Man Hawkeye and Old Man Logan. Now Old Man Hawkeye deals with the ramification of Peter Quill losing everything, and he goes back to Earth, finding out that Earth has been taken over and it's not the same Earth as it was. Now, Ethan Sachs is writing it, and let me just say this. He did Old Man Hawkeye, and I loved Old Man Hawkeye, and I'm enjoying the run of Old Man Quill. Now, I thought it was going to be more about space, and I said, oh, okay, I'll just pick the first issue, and I'll see if I like it. And then I loved it, and I said, okay, Ethan Sachs is probably one of my favorite writers. He should be done more. He should do more writing. But yeah, Old Man Quill number 4. If you want, pick up the issue 4. If you can talk to your local comic book shop. Maybe they could get you all 3 issues. Now, Spider-Man Life Story. Now, Spider-Man Life Story is written by Chip Zdarsky. Once again, the writer of Spider-Man is so good. Now, this story is gonna be like 6 issue miniseries, I think, because it deals with Spider-Man in the decades. So the first book was dealt in the 70s, and then the second book the 6th book dealt with the 60s. Now the second book will be dealt with the 70s, and basically the last book left off. Spider-Man debates if he should go to Vietnam to fight the war. I don't know what the solicitations for this book will deal with, but there is a hint of Green Goblin being in it and does something. So I'm really excited because Chip Zdarsky, his writing is really good, and he's done a good run on Spider-Man, and I trust him. Teen Titans. No, okay, I'm not talking about Teen Titans. 29. What did Teen Titans? Basically, Robin is leading a new team of Teen Titans, and Roundhouse, Red Arrow, Flash, of course, Robin. It seems weird. I mean, I'm reading it, somewhat enjoying it. It's gonna deal with the contract, something like that. It's basically a crossover book with Deathstroke. Anything with Deathstroke is pretty good. So I know I'm not selling that book, but if you want to read Deathstroke, read the Deathstroke book with the Terminus contract. I think that's what it's called, Terminus contract. So yeah. Oh, I remember what happened. No, was this in Deathstroke book or Titans book? I don't know. In Terminus contract, Robin fights Deathstroke, and Robin gets upper hand, and Deathstroke goes to prison. Now, when you read the book, you'll find out what prison he goes to, and it's quite interesting. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Thor, because it's going to tie into War of the Realms. Now, War of the Realms is basically a 5-year story that's been built up by Jason Aaron. And basically, war has come to Earth, and basically Thor needs help. And he has to warn everybody. And basically everyone in the Marvel Universe is fighting this war, because, you know, it's called War of the Realms. Now, it has like 22 tie-ins, and then the regular book is just 6 issues. Now, I haven't read the first issue, but I'm really excited for it. After this, I think I will read it. I have a huge pile of books. I have a huge pile of books I gotta read. But yeah, now we're gonna talk about Tony Stark Iron Man number 10. Now, after we left off with Tony Stark Iron Man, Tony debates with himself that if he's real or not. And I love the book. In the beginning, I was like, it's okay. Now it's getting better, because we're dealing with Tony Stark after the effect of Civil War II, and then him coming back after Invisible Iron Man 600, and just the ramifications of what he did to his body. And he questions himself. That's what I like. It's like, I'm okay. He's like, oh, I came back. I'm okay. No, this story deals with like, no, I'm like, I didn't come out right. I think that's a quote. He's like, he talks to Rhodey. He's like, I didn't come out right. Something's wrong with me. Because in also that storyline, Rhodey came back from that as well. Because after Thanos just punched a hole through his chest in Civil War II. Civil War II sucked. It sucked. It had like 40 tie-ins. It had a tie-in with everybody, and it didn't make sense because sometimes didn't need to be tie-ins. But yeah, Tony Stark Iron Man, pretty good story. And you could get the trade for first 6 issues and the story, and you could hunt down all the other issues. Uncanny X-Men, basically the X-Men are back, and Cyclops and Wolverine are leading this new team of X-Men, because after Age of Apocalypse, the X-Men disappeared, and now Cyclops and Wolverine are trying to find more X-Men and find their old teammates. Really good. See, World of Realms, issue 2, not much to say. I will get it. I need to read issue 1, because Jason Aaron, I love his Avengers run and love his Thor run, so can't wait for that. And that's about it. So that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm going to throw my book there because I can. Now, if you want me to talk more about this stuff, let me know. Like and subscribe, because why not? Hopefully I can bring more. And if you want me to talk about more stuff, let me know what I should know in the comments. And that's all I really got to say. Thank you for hearing me. This is Random Nerd from Tales from the Podcast. Tales from the Nerd. Okay, this is Random Nerd saying goodbye. And this is the end for Tales of the Nerd podcast. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy.